feels like.
Correct.
And you can look at the same numbers. Somebody on the left says one thing, somebody on the right using the same numbers says the other thing. It's just really hard to find information that you want, that you believe you can trust.
That's why even people who are on the different sides of the political spectrum that I'm on, to a certain extent, medical people who tell you to get them. When most of your health workers are getting vaccinated, I think that says something to me. I don't know. But like I said, it's your own choice.
In large, through all this, I've just listened to what Fauci says. And has he been right every time? No, he hasn't. And the mask thing was a huge blunder by everybody. We know why they did it, right?
There weren't enough masks for the healthcare people.
They didn't want to run on the mask so that the healthcare workers couldn't get it.
Still think you should be honest, because this is what you run into.
Right, exactly. And I call them out for that. But I think, I don't know, this is one of those where I think it's just a science thing and it has nothing to do with politics. And you look back to history and what happened during polio, mass vaccinations in this country. My parents told me about being in the Sears parking lot down in Lincoln Park where that old huge Sears is at, I'm fine with doing it, and I'm reluctant. I was reluctant to get it. My wife is not getting it. It's personal choice.
Right, exactly. I'm just curious about, and politics should have nothing to do with it, especially since the former president of the United States, Donald Trump, got one. He's vaccinated.
I just think in a way that it should be respect and should have nothing to do with politics. Right. And it's like last night I went up to one of the parents to talk, and she was in her car just about something in practice, and I distanced myself from her. She's like, "Oh, you can get closer. I'm fine with that." So then I got closer, and it was like, okay, show the respect at first, and then somebody says, "Yeah," and I'll move closer. It's like.
Let's go to Jay here, 97 on the ticket. Hi, Jay.
Day 14 of being COVID positive. I actually got it from my fiance about 2 weeks ago. She works at a hospital here in Melvindale. And after doing the analytics and listening to, most of the people talk about it that have had it, just due to the way the symptoms hit, I mean, honestly, my experience with it, it felt like a bad flu. And now that I have those antibodies and I have that behind me, I just don't feel like I could go in and get that vaccination in good conscience, not knowing the long-term side effects and not knowing how it could have a detrimental or positive effect. So that's why I chose not to get it.
All right. That makes sense for you.
Get your vaccine the hard way.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. I'm curious because, maybe because I have blind faith, which is stupid. I get a flu shot every year. Does it work? I have no idea. I've never gotten the flu, so maybe it does. I got a shingle shot this year. Now, there's more data backing that stuff up. I get that, but to me, I didn't think it was a roll of the dice. I thought it was, to me, it's not the political people. It was the medical people that I know and trust on both sides of the aisle that said you should get vaccinated. And that's who I put my trust in. We'll take more of your phone calls and your texts. Heather with news coming up at 9:18. You'll hear from Dave Parker at 9:35. Here's Tony, 97.1 The Ticket.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines all day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
First major of the year on the PGA Tour, the Masters officially began this morning at Augusta with ceremonial tee shots from first starters Jack Nicklaus and Gary Player, as well as a tribute to Lee Elder, the first black man to ever compete at the Masters. Here's Augusta Golf Club chairman Fred Ridley.
Today, Lee Elder will inspire us and make history once more. Not with the drive, but with his presence, strength, and character. Lee, it is my privilege to say you have the honors.
The Red Wings will close out their regular season series against the Nashville Predators when those teams meet tonight at Little Caesars Arena. You can hear the game right here on The Ticket beginning at 7:15. A 5-game road trip resumes tonight for the Pistons as they're in Sacramento for a contest against the Kings. You can hear that game over on AM 950 beginning at 9:35. Gregory Polanco's 2-run double in the top of the 6th inning turns out to be the game-winning hit for the Minnesota Twins as they defeat the Tigers 3-2 in yesterday's finale of that midweek series at Comerica Park. Good outing in the loss for starter Matthew Wood. He would strike out 8 while giving up 3 runs over 7 innings. Michigan guard Mike Smith confirming on Instagram last night he's decided to enter his name into this year's NBA draft and won't return to the Wolverines next season. Smith averaged 9 points and 5 assists in 28 games for Michigan this year. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
As Tony said, day one of the Masters. And if you have Hudson Swafford in your pool or if you bet on him, he's the leader right now. That's right, Hudson Swafford. He's an American. He's 2 under par through 4 holes.
Great start.
Exactly. Chances of him being near the leaderboard on Sunday, you never know. All right, we're talking about Josh Allen. Told an interview. He's hesitant on getting the vaccine because he wants more data. I'm not saying he's yes or no. And so we're just asking you, especially those who don't want to take the vaccine, why? Those who did, why as well. Got some good ticket texts here. That's a ridiculous question. It's Josh Allen on a public forum. How's anyone's business if they're vaccinated or not? Why I won't is because I'm low risk, 23 years old and healthy, and already had COVID. Not that I think there's a big risk with the vaccine, but not taking it isn't much more of a risk than the potential long-term side effects the vaccine could possibly have. I don't scold anyone for getting it. Aaron in Lake Orion. I'm not against the vaccine, but I'm not necessarily for it. My wife has gotten it, and the second shot kicked her butt. I will get it, but not in a hurry to get it. I've been doing lots of stuff without the shot, but traveling and going to concerts, sporting events are going to require it. So I will get it, just not enough. Yeah, it's going to be a little issue. A lot of people into events, they haven't been vaccinated. Jim from Richmond, absolutely not. Take a vaccine that allegedly is 97% effective for a virus that has a 98.6 survival rate. Each their own, but hard pass for me.
I understand that.
Yeah. I 100% support a text like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just like...
He's giving his reasons.
These are the numbers.
Yes.
Percentages are significantly in his favor.
If you keep your vitamin D, vitamin C, zinc, and magnesium levels high, you'll never need vaccine. Fact. Todd in Farmington Hills. I don't know if that's good.
Well, I think there is some science behind it.
Some, yes. But to say never need vaccines,
Yeah, I mean, I do those things as well. It just as a part of my daily regimen, and for a lot of the reasons that the ticket taker just mentioned. I don't think it's that I'll never need a vaccine, because there are things that I got as a kid that I don't necessarily think those may cover.
I mean, my personal beliefs are that genes and DNA, your personal genes and DNA, significantly matter in virtually everything with health. I do. I believe that. And family history.
yes.
Now there are exceptions.
Yeah, Jamie, for
I
one,
know.
he had no family.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. So and part of me is just like, when it's your time, it's your time.
Yes.
It's a lot of me, in fact.
We want to have more kids, and there hasn't been the opportunity for somebody to get the vaccine, then get pregnant and have the kid determine if there are any defects or anything, even from the first round of trials. That's a good point.
It is.
That's a
Those
very
are
good point.
all valid
Yes.
concerns.
See, that's why I'm glad I ask, because you get some knowledge from everybody out there. Pat and Canton, you're a 97 on the ticket.
Greetings.
Greetings.
My wife and I both got our first shots on Saturday. We did have some side effects, and people need to understand that's just your body reacting to something being put into it,
Correct.
learning how to fight it. My daughter's